Hey guys, welcome to the vlog. It's been 1 year since my sudden retirement. And so I spent some time this week writing the goods and the less goods about my last year and hopefully what I'm going to do in the coming year. Stay tuned. Thank you for joining us and thank you for subscribing. We've had some good subscriber counts in the last month or so since I did my last long form vlog video. Let's talk about the goods and the bads. I'm going to intersperse both and we'll highlight what I've done, what I haven't done, and what I would like to do in the next year. The good first is my mental health. It has improved tremendously since I got fired from my job a year ago. That was probably the best thing that happened to me. And quite frankly, if you're in a job that is really bad, get out. I know there's some concerns about the economic conditions in the United States right now, but you can't work yourself to death or work yourself into a level of self-harm. So, right, quite frankly, my getting fired was the best for me. My mental health has improved tremendously. So that's the good on number one. Now for the bad on number one. Less good. Obamacare, since this ties into my losing my job. It took a while for the COBRA paperwork to come through, and I was getting nervous. So the day after I left, I went into the healthcare market to get a health insurance policy. And this is known in the United States affectionately as Obamacare. Now, for me, it did not work as I had hoped it would. They have to cover you regardless of pre-existing. That's the good part of this. The bad part of it is they don't have to make it easy for you. And that's what I ran into. The policy was a little pricey, but I could not get my maintenance meds that I wanted. I had to substitute out for other ones, and some of them just weren't available during this window that I was on the Obamacare or Affordable Health Care Act. I needed lab work, and there was only one lab that was covered in my area, and it was about a 45-minute drive from my house, which wasn't great since there are labs I could walk to from where I live. So those were probably the two bad things about all of this. What got covered, but the availability was very slim pickings. Things improved tremendously when I moved on to Medicare. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my lovely face in the other monitor. So once I got on Medicare in April, things improved tremendously. Yeah, prescription drugs were expensive because I was dealing with what's known as the donut hole. That goes away in 2025, and I get a straight flat annual deductible on prescription drugs, so that'll be good. Okay, next on my good and also on my less good list is travel. I got to take my big trip to Flagstaff, and you saw some video on that earlier in the year. And so that was great. I got out of town for a week and got to put my cares behind me. My daughter was kind enough to watch the two puppies. One of them is right here wanting to be part of this video, but he's going to sit there nicely. So yeah, Flagstaff was great. Got 8 days of driving between here and there. Less than 2,000 miles round trip, but it is what it is. And that's also on less good because that was about all the travel I did for the year. Everything else has been kind of local. No hotels, no anything like that. There's a number of reasons. One was the dogs. Other one is the long-term needs of my wife. I'm not comfortable leaving town for an extended length of time while she's in long-term care. So that's what's been going on with travel this year. Next year, I do have some trips planned. We'll see how they come about. We'll talk more about those next year. I'm going to finish out the less good list. There's only a few more items. And as I put this together, I was actually surprised there was more good than less good things I accomplished this year. The first item on the less good is reading for fun. I was going to try to do more reading this past year, but I've never been a voracious reader. Reading has always been a chore for me. Any reading I did do was more technical manuals and things along that line, novels and other books. I've not done a lot of that, so I'm a little disappointed I didn't accomplish that. I have a drone. And I have not flown my drone in a while, even though it is updated with all the latest firmware to make it compliant. Hopefully, I'll get the drone out a little more in the next year. And the last less good item is something I enjoy doing. I got quite a bit of it done on my Flagstaff trip, but it's been moderately quiet month to month. And that's geocaching. That's my hobby of finding containers people have hidden all over the world and recording your experiences that way. I enjoy that because it gets me out of the house, gets me to places I don't normally go to. So I've got to work more on that next year. In fact, some of my trips will revolve around geocaching, and I'm looking forward to that. All right, let's finish out the good. Big things right now. I have an IMDb profile. I'm kind of proud I got that going. I'm going to include a screenshot somewhere in here, just showing it to you. You can look me up. Reason I have that is because I am a movie mogul now. Yes, I've invested in a studio called Legion M. Just extra money I've had laying around, and I've bought shares in the studio. They've come out with some good movies. This year's movie that I have a direct investment in, also for full disclosure, is You Can Call Me Bill. It's a William Shatner biopic. I'm going to have the feed that I was sent promoting the movie when it came out back in March. It's available video on demand now. It was actually really good. I was surprised, and I don't know if I'm biased because I have money in the film directly and indirectly or not. So we got that. Other things I accomplished: my technician's license for ham radio. That was a big accomplishment on my part. I've put away the next level probably till after the first of the year. I got too much on my plate right now, and I need to find a ham radio club just for more fill in the blank type of things. There's things I studied for in the test I've got a ton of questions on because I'd love to have a ham shack at home, but I'm not quite there yet, so I'm going to be doing that. The next thing is I am an ordained minister for the Universal Life Church. Yes, that's the back of the Rolling Stone magazine church that you used to see. If you watch Northern Exposure, that was Chris in the Morning's church. So I can in Colorado officiate weddings and funerals legally as an officiant. So we've got that going. And with that also, I actually returned to church. I felt the calling earlier this year. So just before Easter, I found a local church that's different from where I've confirmed in terms of denomination. And I've been enjoying it. I've been able to help out and been able to do lots of great stuff with them. So those are the quick finishes on this. In a moment, I'm going to finish out this video with the marketing piece I got back in March for You Can Call Me Bill. I hope to see you next time. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. That helps me out quite a bit. And I'm going to try to do more long-form videos with this YouTube channel. I've put the separate movie channel aside for now. It's not going the way I wanted it to go, so I figure I'm going to put it aside, let it percolate a little bit, and then we'll figure something else out after the first of the year. But thank you, and we'll talk later.
Hello, Legion M movie fans, and I'm one as well. You know, some of my earliest memories are from watching movies in the theater. In fact, it was my love of going to the movies that inspired me to leave home and pursue my dream of becoming an actor. That's why we're releasing our new documentary exclusively in theaters on March 22nd, which just also happens to be my 93rd birthday. Please check out the trailer and then come and join us for the celebration. It's an interesting phrase, go boldly. What is there to boldly go into?
You're William Shatner.
You can call me Bill. Do we ever present ourselves as we really are to somebody else? Can we be absolutely honest? As we get older, we ask ourselves questions. Do we really know each other? Do we really know ourselves? Why are we here?
Let's go get some answers.
Risk. Risk is our business.
Everything's risky, but there's something beautiful about that.
I'll face whatever you have behind those doors and come out exactly as I went in.
I haven't changed the world. But what is a legacy are the good deeds. Go boldly. Go with courage. Go with commitment. That's what it means. And then boldly go into the next adventure. That's the story of my life. It's the search for love, symmetry, and passion. That curiosity is what keeps us alive.